Alright, what's going on? Here to tackle a couple questions today. First one is, I have a fear of what people might think about reading or seeing some of my work, and it blocks me up and it makes me nervous to keep continuing. And I gotta say to that, man, tough shit. I mean, art is about courage, man. You know, you definitely have to own up to what you're thinking, what you're doing, and some of it's gonna be cringy if you look back on it, but you have to go with your authentic beliefs of what you want to see achieved at the time. I don't think that it should hold you back from creating more, especially because everything you create, you don't even have to release. So who cares about the first stories you write? Because you may not use them. You don't even have to let anybody read them until you feel comfortable. Although it's always good to get your friends to know a little bit about what you're doing or your style. But they most likely won't even have much feedback to give you to begin with, because they're just going to be surprised that you can write or make music or perform or act or dance or anything. So I think you're maybe thinking that people are a little overly critical than they really are, at least out here. I mean, maybe where other people are from and stuff, like it might be like they think that doing something creative is a waste of time, unless you can see a way to make money from it. And yes, that may be a traditional conservative kind of belief system. The truth of the matter is that the world isn't working on that sort of wavelength right now. You could find these videos and be in that environment, and still hold your own beliefs and still find other people that think the same. So, even if it is something a matter of, maybe your direct people might be heavily critical, or you come from a heavily critiquing kind of family, that just means that that's still something you don't even have to share with them. They don't, unless you live with them and they're responsible for where you're at, like if you're under 18 or something like that. I can understand you can't just be missing for 2 hours to do dance, but you could be doing 2 hours of dance in your room, or choreography, or you could be writing raps without their knowledge, and that's okay. You don't need your approval from everything that you do from your family. And I know it's easier said than done. It's just the truth of the matter, though, because when you get older, the family you're gonna have in your life is the family that treated you nice and treated you well. There's a lot of people that don't keep in touch with cousins or brothers or parents even, because of the way that they treated them. And being a heavily critiquing person doesn't help anybody feel good or achieve what they want to achieve in life. It's really just kind of bringing the whole thing down. And nobody wants to be around toxic people like that, even with your obligations to them. It's unhealthy. And I've seen a lot of adults, you build your own family structure. So don't feel that the whole world depends on what your family thinks of what you're saying, or if you want to write punk music and you're, in a conservative Christian household or something, they don't have to know. And that's what kind of blossomed from the creation of that social structure that the family they created. So they're gonna have to take it or leave it eventually. And that's, I'm just bigging up you so that you can have integrity in your decisions. And maybe I'm the first person to tell you that sometimes things work this way, And It's better for you to live comfortably with what you enjoy and what you feel draws you to be here than to bottle that up inside and ignore it. That's deadly. It seems poisonous, and it seems devoid of life, So, yeah, got a little deep there, but that's how it is. So, yeah, just keep writing, keep doing whatever you want to do, keep making shit. Nobody gives a fuck, man. Not as much as you're thinking, and most people, like I said, don't have much to say. They're just happy that you're doing it, And then people that really support you will support you naturally, blood or not, Question 2 is, how do I handle time management, and what are some good techniques to keep time management? And that's a good question. I don't consider myself a resource on time management, but somehow I'm not late, and I make most of my obligations. So how can I help somebody who doesn't know how to do that? I don't know. I think what it comes down to is you have to prioritize in your life what's going to be important. Now, I like to party, but some nights I just need to get sleep or I want to write, and that takes more priority to me than going out to drinks, because I don't think that that's going anywhere. Dating is it's kind of an interaction, right? But time-wise, do you feel that you need to devote 35 hours a week to dating? That means either going on dates, or even if you have a girlfriend, 35 hours, is that prioritized properly? So time management, the core of it really is prioritizing what's important, what you should be contributing your time to, and you have to do that work yourself first. And once you do that, you'll start to see that you're going to start showing up to the things that you've prioritized. If you're in school and you want to work to get a degree to become a nurse, but you also have your brother's dance rehearsal classes that he wants you to help with providing the music and the space for, but it's not something that you want to do, that's not what you're going to school for, it's okay to cancel that, to flake on it, or to opt out, Another thing is being able to say no more increases your time management skills too, because you need to be doing things that are in line with where you want to be moving, so that you don't have time management issues. Production meetings are very important to me. Filming is very important to me. So when people book things with me, I'm always like, yeah, this is on my schedule. Things don't really come up for me. I mean, yeah, I have a car. I tell people what I'm doing. I'm telling them where I'm going. I tell them I'm busy. So unless my mom is in the hospital and immediately needs my attention or something, or something even time consuming, I'm gonna make it, and even still, if my mom, I love my mom, but if it's something that I can wait a little bit to get off and then go see her, I'll do that too, and that's not to say that the priority is low. It's just that she knows that I have a life and I have to live my life and still complete my obligations. She's not gonna want to feel bad that I let a deal with NBC go because I wanted to go 30 minutes early and she just had the flu or something, you know what I mean? Man, there's no way I could say any of that without seeming like a dick. But that's how you know, that's what prioritization is. You're in control of what's important, and you got to knock out. You've only got 24 hours a day. You've only got so much willpower to do things. So you're not going to be able to text everybody back, go to every party, be at every family thing, and be moving at your pace for what you want to move forward in your life all at the same time. There's no way, you know. Friend time. Yeah, I've got a couple buddies that I don't have a lot to do with, and I maybe see them once every 6 to 7 months. Seriously, you know. But I usually, if I get along with somebody and we have work that we can do together, that inspires me to keep spending time, or we have experiences that we're building up we're getting closer through that. But my buddies from like high school that, you know, they're doing a completely different field. They don't even want to hear about none of this creative stuff. They're just trying to, like, you know, do their family thing or do the job thing that's like a career ladder. And yeah, I don't have much to say to them about that. So we don't have to meet up all the time. It's just like catching up, and maybe you're putting too much time into into meeting up with people every day of the week or something that you don't really have much aligned with. So that's another thing about time management that you could do. So yeah, those are the questions for today. Like and subscribe. Any questions, email them 24creative@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll be back with another one soon.